this kind of stuff. Same as I don't like this kind of stuff that you get face like faucet, what do you call it? Sheet, so to speak, more or less. But it's in this game it's very frustrating if you missed something and you're not sure where to look. So it's a good it's a good thing to use when it's absolutely necessary. But in my opinion, it's better to see for yourself what you can do like this. But before you leave any room, make sure you got everything, because it's very frustrating to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I know I did a few times.
It is a photograph of Harker. Mina is very much in love with him.
I have of course tested this game before I streamed this, so that's why I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the frustrating part. Yeah. So let's do this.
This pile of newspapers must have belonged to Harker. He kept them to help him in his hunt. Perhaps I will find the article to which the News Times made reference today.
So here's a puzzle. You can click on every newspaper and find the correct one. So we start with this.
No, it is not that. Try again.
So he will keep saying no, it's not that, try again until you reach the right one. Which is this one? I believe it's this one. Or is it this one? What's the difference between them two?
These articles surely contain some clues which will permit me to discover where the perpetrator of these wrongdoings has taken refuge.
Okay. As you see, I could click on everyone and find the right one, so that's not so difficult. And we need to pick up this newspaper as well, because it contains a victim, where he got attacked and where the perpetrator escaped. So I will explain it. He escaped to the St. George Cathedral from Easton Road. That's how
Damnation! This cannot be a coincidence. Harker's letter spoke of his host's interest in London. I must get to the bottom of this.
We need to get this paper as well, if I haven't. I haven't. Okay.
Vampires possess numerous powers, such as uncommon physical capabilities and the ability to transform into bats.
So like so. Now I think I'm finished with this part of the room. That's why I just double check. I got 2 hands left, and I know either of them are not.
I have no interest in going that way.
But it's good to know.
It seems that I have not inspected everything.
As you see, press again. It's still there, but you know now there's nothing. So now we go to this part of the room. We don't have to press anything like spacebar. We just need to find what we can do. So we press here. That's the only thing we can do.
Harker's map of London, quite detailed. These articles surely contain some clues which will permit me to discover where the perpetrator of these wrongdoings has taken refuge.
Okay, so we can press here and we go straight to the inventory. Items, dialogues, documents, reports. Documents. So let's start from the beginning, and that's the 6th of September, yeah? So let's go here. And we are only interested in the places on the map. So St. George Church, and he escaped to Victoria Station, so we start with that. So St. John's Church, was it? No, yeah, it was. So we start with that. We take the pen, mark it, and you will hear his voice if it's the correct location.
Here is the place where this young religious woman was attacked by this demon.
And we drew to Victoria Station because that's what the article said. And if it's correct, he will say something like...
And that's the direction which the aggressor took to escape.
Now we are done with that. We do the same on the other pages we have. So doesn't matter what order, to be honest. So let's go with this one. Eastern Road or Ocean Road, something like that, to St. George Cathedral. Okay, so we take the pen, find out the Eastern Road is here, press it.
Here is the spot where McAllister was found lying under a porte-cochere.
And that is correct, because he said something, yeah, right? And we go down to the cathedral here, because it was said on the article.
And that's the direction which the aggressor took to escape.
And if it's right, he will comment that. So that's how we do. So without further ado, I will continue the rest, because I know
that's where the corpse of Jenny's young sister was discovered.
So you guys know how to do it.
And that's the direction which the aggressor took to escape.
I remember. Yeah, I remember this. Let's see.
Here is the Melfords building. And that's the direction which the aggressor took to escape.
So now all the articles are finished. Then what? Nothing happens, yeah? Okay. This is what he meant. Why he did this in the first place is to find out where all these marks are crossed. So he wants to figure out where could the enemy be at, and it points at this location here, Godalming Manor, because all the lines are crossed around this area here. So I will press it.
All of these paths cross at a point, Godalming Manor, next to Bloomsbury Cemetery. I must get there as soon as possible while it is still day. The park and Mina will wait.
So this is how you continue the game from this room. So now, and here is the report. Reports are always important to read, because it's gonna solve you a lot of all of the puzzles. Same as the documents, of course, and same as the dialogues from certain persons that give you hints on how to solve a puzzle or getting to the other part of the game. So let's continue.
My dear child, I had forgotten some urgent business that calls me elsewhere in London.
We aren't going to the park.
It is only postponed for the time being. But I would like you to do something for me. Could you please find me a dozen bulbs of garlic from one of the markets? Bring them here and hang them near the windows.
Near the windows?
Ah, yes. I do not have the time to explain it to you, but you must do this for me. And if a stranger comes to see you and claims to be here on my behalf, or that of Jonathan, do not, under any circumstance, let them in.
You are alarming me, Professor. Should I be worried?
No, it is nothing. At least, I think not. All will be well. I shall return this evening, and we shall dine together. If I am still alive.
That didn't sound alarming at all. Okay, now we come to the Golden Manor, as we point out on the map. I will just make sure that I'm streaming, so I don't waste time here. What is happening? Okay, where is my mouse? Oh, never mind. Okay, so I will knock on this door.
Godalming Manor.
How can I be of service?
Hello, I am Professor Ernesto Slavakopit from the Agricultural University of New Hampstead, connected to the Center for Cheese Proficiency. I have just retired and have been looking in London for a quiet new residence that is large enough to shelter my expansive research materials. Now your dwelling, or rather that of your employer, corresponds exactly with what I am looking for. Will you announce me so that he and I can discuss a potential offer?
The master ain't in, he told me.
He told you what?
What?
Your master. What did he tell you? Certainly to welcome visitors with politeness during his absence and allow them to wait in the lounge. Isn't that correct?
The master told me to crush the big flies that buzz about here and bother his sleep. Yeah. He even told me I could eat him if I wanted to.
Bother his sleep. Interesting. I must find a way to enter this location.
The interesting is in this case is that he eats flies and are completely retarded. So that's the interesting thing.
Godalming Manor.
So let's check here. What can we do? We can check up here.
Godalming Manor.
Same shit. And we can go here.
Bloomsbury Cemetery. Rather unappealing.
So let's start by going out here.
These flies are enormous and rather aggressive. They are unusual specimens.
I see.
Closed.
I see.
Two bottles of wine. Empty. I doubt if the Undertaker can offer me much help.
But he can, I'm sure.